W. Brett Wilson in the house, signing the book, the new softcover.
Signing the book. There it is, my friend.
Nice souvenir. Here it is, Redefining Success, Still Making Mistakes. Last time you were here, we were talking about this, the re-release. What's different? What's new about the book?
Well, the big difference is really just the fact that it's in softcover and it's always on sale.
Yeah. And new photos, you said.
Well, new photos on the cover. So we just rebranded it. That's all.
Great
it's
learning.
New and improved.
Great learning lessons in the business world. Last time you chatted about this, I always like watching this man's Twitter feed. I think the most recent quote that stood out to me was about leadership, and the best leaders know how to absorb information. And what was the advice that you gave on that?
Well, really the essence of that is having the courage to listen, because often as leaders we feel that we're in a position where we have to dictate or teach, but the observation, the time it takes to learn is really about, or the time it takes to listen is really about learning.
And you know, with the message, you're actually here in Vancouver for the Women Entrepreneur Forum.
The forum.
There's all kinds of questions people have to you. I mean, being a celebrated philanthropist and entrepreneur, when it comes to small business owners, you're great at the list and the keys of what to look at. Where do you start for a small business owner if you have an idea and you want to make a go of it?
I find that a lot of small businesses or startup businesses underestimate the importance of marketing. They think if they can make it and it's unique, that their buyers, their clients, their customers will come. And I think they underestimate the importance of, I call it marketing, 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 just like the old real estate axiom of location, location, location. And then the other two things that are really important to small businesses that they often underestimate when they're getting going is having a brand relative to their online presence. So first of all, having a website, and second, having some sort of understanding of social media. I often joke and say it's a mistake to not be on Twitter. It's a bigger mistake to be active on Twitter. You know, you need to be aware. You need to be conscious.
And with that awareness, I mean, every company now having a social media strategy, it's almost a given in this time. How do you approach that? Because there's some people that bombard Twitter with all types of information, and then some that play back and go with the less is more strategy. How do you find that perfect balance?
I think what you're chasing is relevance in order to get people aware. Because without awareness, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. And so I tend to look at doing things a little bit, a few quotes every week, a few observations every week, a couple of commentaries. I like taking pot shots at the Canadian Senate, and then complimentary, you know, celebrating people who've done things well, whether it's Commander Hadfield or even politicians. Every once in a while do something right in my mind. So, you know, you support them and compliment them. So it's about building a brand that's relevant, and that's what's going to cause people to engage.
And in speaking of engagement with this idea of the website, what are the must-haves you should have on the page? Because some people try to build an elaborate website when you just need some sort of essential information.
Well, you like to see a little more than just a static page where there's just a statement of information. But you obviously have to have your product and service. I mean, what is the purpose? And sometimes I get into a website and it's all about themselves, but it's never about the client. You know, they talk about what they do, but they don't talk about what they do for a customer. So it's really important to find that, again, that engagement moment, which allows people to understand the relevance of a business product or service.
Nice one. We've got questions from the viewers, as we always do anytime you come on.
Bring them on.
One note came through about hiring as well. We're going to get to that in a second, but best way to get referrals from Renata. What's your take on this?
Best way to get referrals? Well, I mean, to be blunt, sometimes in the business world you just have to ask. You know, in other words, when a customer is happy with the experience, just say, hey, can I get a very specific, a written referral or something you can post? I mean, it comes down to the world of retweets and Facebook likes and things like that. But ask for the referral.
Simply ask, put it out there. Don't ask, don't get. Okay, I think we have one more Facebook question that we'll throw in here to try and get advice from the man. And this one says, what would you recommend for getting the word out about a product or service when you have a very small advertising budget? Goes along the lines of social media. Is that the answer, or are there other ways? From Lullaby League.
That's a great question, and it does come back, though, to that whole issue of finding relevance in the social media world, because that's probably going to be one of the least expensive ways of getting the word out. But again, you're looking for people to pay attention to you for some reason that's relevant. So maybe I always say charity is good business, so hook up or link up with a charity that has relevance to what you do in terms of your product, service, or your life, or your family, your friends, and try and build a connection. It's, again, about raising awareness. That's the essence of all of it.
Okay, final question for you. I'm just curious, with the people you choose to work with, some companies are quick to hire, slow to fire. Your process of choosing the people that will work for you or work alongside you, how do you make the ultimate decision?
Well, we're just hiring an intern right now, and my staff have done all the interviewing. They're the people who are making the short list, and I'm just down to 2 people out of a dozen that were considered, so I'm just handed 2, both of whom are completely acceptable to the staff and team that they have to work with.
Good advice from the man. This is a Bible to pick up for the business world. Redefining success, still making mistakes. Always good to see you, Brett.
Thanks, Riaz.
Want to hold that up? This is the souvenir you want. Look at these piercing eyes, by the way. Good photographer.
And no photo shoot, or no Photoshop.
Yeah, hashtag no filter on the cover. Man does it all. Your Halloween forecast is next, right here on BT. Don't go anywhere. I like it. We need a pop-up.